What's happening, my cuties? How's everybody doing? So happy to see you all. Glad you're here. Welcome back to another reaction to our queen, Alexandra Rodriguez, who has not uploaded in 9 days. Yep, 9 days. So I figured we would react to her little podcast that she thought she was going to do, but she hasn't uploaded in 9 days, so who knows what's going to happen with this. So we'll see what this is all about and laugh about it, because I'm sure it's full of a bunch of BS. My husband and my mother hate each other. Okay. I want to remind everyone to please not go to Alexandra's page. Don't leave any nasty messages on my behalf. Please. Anything I say in this video is my opinion on what is seen and said in this video for entertainment purposes only. Thank you everyone who watched my last video. I hope you liked it. Thank you all for all the comments. You're all so wonderful. I don't want you all to worry. I saw somebody ask about my chest pain. I'm better now. I was really stressed out because we had to travel. I didn't want to mention it because I just didn't want to bring anybody down, but traveling is something I used to do with my husband years ago. He worked on the pipelines, and he trained people to put on coating on the pipes that, might burst in your backyard. So, he saved y'all from that. So that's what we used to do, and we haven't traveled in 6 years. And he wanted to go celebrate his mother's 99th birthday in Chicago. I used to love Chicago. I do not like that place anymore. I was really stressed out about going, and we're back now, and I'm so glad that trip took everything out of me. But don't worry, I'm recovering. I'm getting better. It was a rough trip, but we made it, and I'm very happy to be home. So anyway, that was what was going on there. So no worries. Alright, I'll stop wasting everybody's time, and we'll just get right on into this, shall we?
Oh, we're so back. We're so freaking back, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you remember this song, you've been here a minute, girly. I love you. I wanna be fearless. I am so excited to be back for a yap session, you guys.
Too bad you're not fearless. You're terrified now, aren't ya? Yeah, we haven't seen you in 9 days. What's going on, Alex? What's happening in your world? Curious to know.
Guys, I am so freaking excited. We gotta pop a little cheersy bevy. Woo! She's stunning. Oh, I got a little bit of that on my chinny chin.
I mean, chinny chins and chins. Yeah, I think you meant that.
So, if you're new here, welcome. Why did I put that out of frame? Let's keep the Pepsi in frame. First sponsor, cheers. The Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry and Cream. She tastes like nostalgia.
Be quiet. You're sponsored, of course. You're gonna say it's just the best thing in the world. So, shut up. It doesn't matter what you say about it. It is what it is.
Delicioso. You guys, I'm back on my podcast grind. And I call this a podcast ever so loosely because it's gonna stick.
Are you, though? We haven't seen you in 9 days. Are you on your grind? Are you? Where are you grinding at, Alex?
Exclusively on YouTube as a visual, but I want you to be able to just put this on in the background while you're folding laundry, doing dishes, doing whatever, because that's how.
Yeah, because that's what people want to do, is listen to you drone on and on and on about food in the background.
I personally like to enjoy podcasts or, talk shows. I'm a big fan and I listen quite a bit. So this is the first episode of Just Between Us. I thought that'd be like a fun little name for this series, show, Yap Sesh. I'm going to start this one off and just say, I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. If you like it, if you guys...
I don't think so. We haven't seen you in 9 days. So... Yeah, you decided to go ahead and show your whole ass to the internet. I love that for you. Oh, exposure. What you gonna do, Alex? I can't imagine how you could possibly come back from that. How you could possibly show your face. Does anybody know? Has she been on Instagram or any of the other social media apps? I don't check those things. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious.
Let me know that you like it. I'll show up because your girl can yap. If you don't know who I am, I'm a vlogger. I've been doing YouTube vlogs since 2011. I'm
a grifter. I've been doing YouTube grifting since 2011.
Getting old, and honestly, I love it. I love YouTube.
And recently, I was, going strong, but then, well, I showed who I was to everybody.
I can see myself doing this for like a really, really long time in my life. I've made a ton of mistakes that are online. I've shared my...
And you just made your biggest blunder, didn't you? You really stuffed it up this time. Yeah, you really did it up good. I just can't imagine if you upload another video. Like, I'll be so embarrassed for you. So embarrassed for you. It would be almost unbearable.
Trials and tribulations. I have showed so much, dropping out of college, going through relationships, dating. So if you want to just catch up on my life, go ahead and go for it. But I hope that we can be friends, internet besties, and I hope we can have a good future of Yap sessions together. I thought about calling this just Yap Sesh, but the reason that I wanted to call this Just Between Us is because I want this to be interactive with you guys. I want to hear from you. So I'd already teased this over on my Instagram a few weeks ago, actually. If you don't know, I have an almost 1-year-old now, and he is the priority. So it's just me getting around to being able to do this.
No, he's not. Food is your priority. You make that very clear. It's quite obvious what your priority is. Your number one. Food.
But I'm so excited. I would love for this to be a weekly thing. But I asked you guys on Instagram to send me over a variety of chitty chatty chats. And we're going to do 3 topics, potentially more in the future. But I had you guys send in voice notes with either, am I the asshole? BTW.
Yeah, you definitely are. You showed what an asshole you are. Oh, you sure did. You did it so well. A round of applause for Alexandra Rodriguez and Roger Thomas. You too. Wow. You're a pair.
Not swear in my vlogs. I bleep them or remove them. But I love to curse. I'm a cursy little girl. Truly, though, like, I have the mouth of a friggin' sailor. So we're going to be swearing on here. So little warning for any people listening with kids, etc. So am I the asshole? You can also send in your questions that you need advice for. And then last but not least, confessions just between us. These can be anonymous. when you send in your voice note, if you want to say your name.
Confessions. Oh, you're something. Why don't you do some confessions, Alexandra? I mean, you're the biggest liar ever. But you want your audience to... Oh, okay.
You certainly can. But you don't have to. These can be anonymous. So if you want to send yours in to hopefully be featured on the show, send them to justbetweenusshow@yahoo.com. I'll put a...
I think it would be much more interesting if you just did it. Why don't you just sit and confess? Why don't you confess about every lie you've ever told? Let's go through vlog after vlog after... Oh my gosh, that would take years, wouldn't it, Alex? With the amount of lies you've told?
in the description, and also try to keep it under a couple minutes, please, if possible. I understand there needs to be...
Why? You're putting a limit? A time limit? Do you have a time limit? For, the, advice or whatever the hell you're gonna talk about? Yeah, I doubt it. Don't do that to your audience. Unless you're gonna do it to yourself. That's ridiculous. Oh, I can talk as long as I want, but you guys, you need to keep it to a minimum because, well, I don't really care to listen to you, for one, and two, I just need the content, so.
Details, but, you know, gotta keep it moving, girl. Okay. So also, I want to just, like...
Right. Why don't you take your own advice and keep it moving, girl? Oh, no. Rules for thee, but not for me. Got it.
Said, yap, I want to talk about subjects, things in my life. I have, like, a lot of segments that I want to start doing. I thought it'd be really fun to do.
So basically, you just want to talk about yourself. That's what this is about? You just want to talk about you? It doesn't surprise me.
Like, what the youths are saying. It's funny because I still feel... How old do I feel?
Yeah. You think you're 20-something. But why do you want to know about the youth? You don't have a teenager. You don't know any teenagers. Where did this topic come from? Why is this interesting to you? It makes no sense. You don't relate to it in any way. Could you clarify, please?
Like mid-20s. I feel like kind of stuck in mid-20s.
Told ya. Yeah, she thinks she's a little 20-something influencer. A little skinty thing. That's exactly what she thinks she is.
Energy. I'm 32. But I'll see TikToks where people are talking to teenagers, like young teens, and all these...
You mean they're like talking to each other? Right. That's what they do. Young teens talk to young teens. Why are you watching TikToks like that? You're a weirdo. That's odd.
Fancy lingos that they have for youthing is just bizarre. The most recent one I heard is called aura farming. Yeah. I want you to take a second and think about what aura farming could possibly be. So, I'm going to give you the definition when I type in.
I want to understand why you care. Why is this interesting to you in particular? This makes no sense. You're a real weirdo.
What is aura farming? Let me Google it. Stand by. Little music till I get this pulled up here. I thought it'd be nice to have some aura farming. Why does that just feel insanely difficult? This doesn't seem like the right answer, if I'm honest. What is that thing?
Well, you never are, so why bother now?
Dictionary. Okay, that comes up. Urban Dictionary. Aura farming means doing random acts for the sake of gaining aura. Well, what is aura? Isn't that like your status? Gaining.
Don't you have an aura ring or some dumb shit that's supposed to, I don't know, read your bodily functions or something? Figure it out. You're the weirdo that has an aura ring.
Aura. What is aura? Charisma, coolness, social presence. Oh my god. Aura farming? Why does that just feel insanely difficult? Is this what it is to get old? Aura farming. I don't know why I said that to my husband last night. And I asked him what it meant, and he just was so confused. I would love to have him on for some segments where we just like try to test his knowledge of these cool terms.
Why don't we have him test your knowledge? Why are you trying to bring your husband on to belittle him? To make yourself feel better? I mean, it's typical of you to want to do something like that, of course. Why don't you let Yar be in the seat that you're in? I mean, you're the one that's so interested in this subject, right? It's your podcast. Let him interview you. Smarty pants. Why don't we let you look stupid? I mean, you did a real good job of it the other day. Well, not really the other day, like 9 days ago.
That the kids are saying anyway. I thought we had some wacky ones when we were young, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. So, I have a few of these pulled from ones that you sent in before the show even started, and I am dying to get into them and see what the goss is. So, I have one here that I want to pull in first and foremost. So, let's go ahead and listen in from our first caller.
Hi there, Miss Alex. I'm so excited you've decided to do a podcast. So I'm 34 years old. I recently got married within the last year, September, and I'm having some trouble. My husband and my mother cannot stand each other. I'm very close with both of them, and I know that this is a very common issue, right? There's cliches about it, the monster-in-law thing, it's...
Oh my god, I'm sorry I had to pause it because I friggin' love the movie Monster-in-Law, and also this is making me sad, but...
What the fuck does the movie Monster-in-Law have anything to do with this? You don't listen to anything, do you? Wow.
I'm excited to hear more, and I already have thoughts.
It's just a thing. It's a very common issue. And I know that
10 to 1, those thoughts have everything to do with herself and herself and herself.
there's nothing I can do to fix their relationship because that's not my job. And they have to be the ones that want to find some common ground. What I'm curious about is how, as this middle person for them, how do I set healthy boundaries to protect myself, my heart, from getting hurt and from being stressed out?
First of all, you don't be a middle person for them. It's not for you to be some mediator for adults. You are the child. You leave the adult issues to the adults who are involved in those issues. And you just don't involve yourself. It's that simple. Don't complicate things.
Out over things that I can't control, right? It goes beyond just let them, because
Exactly, you can't control it, so you do not involve yourself in it. You let them deal with it. It's their problem.
I've read the book with your recommendation, And I guess I'm just wondering what are
Good thing you did that. Because Alex recommended it, right?
some very practical, healthy boundaries that I can set with both of them to keep from being put in the middle of their conflicts. So if you have any...
You do not involve yourself. I don't understand why you're even in the middle of any conflict of theirs. It's not your place at all. You need to step away from that. Distance yourself from that. It's that simple.
Any and all advice that would be most welcome. Thank you so much, and I'm so excited that you're doing a podcast, and I can't wait to listen in. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for sharing this. I know this is a massive issue with so many people. I mean, literally, that's why they have the movie Monster-in-Law. That's tough. That's really, really tough. Okay, so I'm going to keep it so real. I have never talked about this online before. It was not the peachiest journey between my husband Yar and my mother. I know, it's quite shocking.
Well, she did not ask to hear your life story, Alex. It figures, of course, you're going to talk about yourself. And now I understand what she was talking about. I didn't mean to call her a child. Now I get it. But still, you just don't involve yourself in that. It's that simple. You need to let them deal with each other. You cannot be a mediator. You can't. It's not healthy for you. You need to let them figure it out. And if there's any love there, it'll happen. But since, she has a contract marriage, there is no love there. So, but of course she's just going to talk about herself.
So I think what happened was really my mom and I have always been insanely close, just the two of us. And I think in past relationships, they weren't necessarily the most healthy. So I still relied on her a lot as a main person for my emotional support, my needs. And then all of a sudden, cue Yarman and cue this healthy relationship. And it's just she's like, girl, what?
Healthy relationship? What a joke.
You don't need me as much? This is very upsetting. And props.
That's very weird that your mother would say that to you. Talk about codependence. Wow.
My mother, who figured that out in therapy and was like, okay, she put it together that she felt like she was losing me when Yar came along and we had healthy boundaries and the two of us were very strong together, and my mom felt, a little bit left behind, and that is completely understandable.
Why? That's weird. Where was she left behind at? Where'd she go? That doesn't make any sense. You spend a ton of time with your mother. Nothing changed, it doesn't sound like. So where's the problem?
No, she wasn't. She was super included in...
I mean, you call family outings things like you, Anderson, and your mother. It's never you, Yar, and your son. Ever. It's weird. It's really weird.
Our life, of course, still. So, they did not always... It's not like they didn't get along, but there was definitely
Like, your mom needs to go get a man. Really, she does. She needs to go get a life. Away from you.
My mom. My mom she's fearless.
She's way too involved in your life, is what she is.
See this tattoo? She is fearless. It's over here somewhere. Okay. Also, arms out, girl. Let the wings flap this summer. Don't be afraid to show your arms. So, there was...
Yeah, that's cute. That's really cute. Yeah. Let's just show the flaps on the arms. Let's not cover it up. Let's show it all with spaghetti straps.
Definitely there were some awkward moments with me and my mom and Yar, where you could just feel the tension. And thank God we have worked through that. And there have been conversations and uncomfortable conversations, and now we're in a really good place. So with the whole book, Let Them, I totally get what you mean, where you can't just always just like, okay, let them and let me suffer. Like, okay. But
What? Let them and let me suffer? What? Oh my gosh.
the meaning of Let Them goes so much further to that. What I loved about the book, the Mel Robbins book, Let Them, it's let them and then let me. So, because at first when you hear let them, it's like, okay, well,
I'm gonna skip.
I wish I could ask you questions. Maybe we should make these calls. I don't know. Let me know. I would love to ask, like, who's the one causing the tension here? Is it more mom?
Let's not place blame on anybody. That's not... What are you doing? It's not for this person to place blame on either person. It's their problem. It's not for you to referee this. I don't understand where your degree comes from. I don't see it hanging up behind you to give this kind of advice to people. You don't make any sense at all.
Is it more husband?
Like, what kind of expert do you think you are? You know nothing about life. You don't live real life. You live in a delusional fantasy land. But you're gonna sit on here in a podcast and give out life advice. Oh, that's scary.
And is it kind of just mutual? Because whoever's causing the issue here needs to be talked to, because they need to know.
Oh, do they, Alex? They need to be talked to? That's just gonna solve everything, won't it, crazy eyes? They just need to be talked to. Yeah, you make a whole lot of sense.
That you guys want to be a united triangle of love, a family triangle of love. And that, I know, it's easier said than done, but like, you got to just be straight up.
It's called unrealistic. Reality exists. If they don't like each other, they don't like each other. It's that simple. There's no triangle of love. It doesn't work that way. They don't like each other. They do not like each other. Plain and simple.
I was like to my mom, like, what's the beef? What is the beef with Yarman? Like, why are you weird? What is this? And, it didn't happen immediately. It takes time for people to process things, but she's like, I feel left behind.
You already said that. Your mother's weird. She needs therapy.
I will move along. Hit me up when you're ready to talk. Hit me up. Because I can't just be here being stomped on because you're upset about something that brings me joy. So, alas, conversations. You got to have a conversation. And if it will help to have a third party there, I always recommend that. Have another person there, a safe, neutral little space. Have someone to...
Yeah, involve an innocent person in everybody else's problems. Yeah, what a great idea.
talk to about it. I wish I could ask, like, if you have siblings, like, can we get someone in on this to, like, help mama out? Like, what's the vibe? So, thank you for sharing. I hope that's helpful in any sort of way. It's hard though. Trust me, I've been there and it is difficult. Literally, like I said, in past relationships, it's not like my mother acted as my relationship partner, but like she was my main person for...
Yeah, she's your only person. We know you don't have any friends. Just admit it. You are so far up your mother's butt, you don't have any time for anybody else. Because your mother is so dependent on you. That's sick.
Emotional support. And moms, like, now that I'm a mom, I'm like, damn, like, I love my son so much. Like, I can only imagine.
Do you? You love him so much that you take him to daycare now so that you can sit and watch Love Island and vlog. Yeah, cool. Love your son so much.
How she would have felt. And, like, if you can try to put yourself in those shoes, it will help you see their side a little bit more, and hopefully they can get their shit together. Because you don't need that stress. You don't need that stress at all. Oh my gosh. This one, the next one here, is about a stolen baby name, and I am so curious to hear about this one. So let's dive in here about this stolen baby name.
Hey Alex, I'm so excited. I'm hoping to get your honest opinion on this, especially because you're a mom as well and you just went through the whole name game. But let's start with my sister. She loved the name Rose, okay? And ever since we were young, that was like her favorite name. She actually had us calling her Rose for a little while. And so fast forward to last August, I was pregnant, and I found out like at week 3, I took a test early and I found out I was pregnant, and we told my other kids, which is 6 and 3. My 3-year-old she didn't understand too well, but then she was 5 years old, but so she's 6 now, but she had been calling the baby Rose. She was like, well, if it's a girl, her name's gonna be Rose, and if it's a boy, it's gonna be Carl. And so we were interchangeably using those names until we found out it was a girl. And so the name Rose for my baby had like started from the beginning, right? And we told family, when they were asking, what was her name, we're like, well, some way, shape, or form, we're going to use the name Rose, like either Rosalie or something, and Rose as a middle name. And we're just like, some way, shape, or form, Rose was going to be in there. So my sister, like, would make comments throughout my pregnancy, and nothing, she was kind of rude about it, but I just thought she was plain, and she never was direct with it, like making, I really can't remember what comments she was making because they were so nonchalant, but fast forward to me actually having my daughter, and we used Rose as her middle name, so she has her first name, and then she has Rose, and then our last name.
Yeah.
So I posted it on Facebook, and I call her, everything's all well and done. I'm sitting there in the hospital bed, and I call her so she can see my daughter, and she doesn't answer my phone call. And then for about 6-7 days straight, I was calling her, and she was not answering, not even just like cutting me off. She just wouldn't answer. Like, she wouldn't like see it and then end it, or end it short. She just wouldn't answer me, like if I wasn't even calling at all. And I even mentioned it to my mom, like, hey, my sister isn't answering my phone calls. And she's like, well, she's probably busy. I'm like, usually she'll answer and then be like, hey, is everything okay? And then she just won't. She'll be like, okay, well, I have to work. And then she'll let me go if, there wasn't an emergency, but I just had a baby. So she definitely would be answering. I finally get her to answer, and she's kind of talking here and there, and then I was like, hey, like, do you want to see your niece? And she goes, oh, like, I wanted to talk to you about that, and just started going off on me and basically saying that, like, she can't believe I used that name, that was her name. And I told her, I was like, my husband picked our daughter's name. She's like, that's why I don't like your husband. And then she ends up making comments directing my daughter my oldest daughter because it's like, well, you know, my daughter picked her name as well. And she goes, well, that's why I have disowned her a while back because she, you know, and that was my name. And mind you, me and my two older daughters are in the car, 6 and 3. 3-year-old doesn't really understand, but my 6-year-old is like trying to calm her down because she is like freaking out over the phone. She even like,
What? Your 6-year-old is trying to calm her down? Oh my God, I have so many thoughts. We still have
Shut up,
some wine before we come, but I'm
Alex.
like, oh my God, like, no.
tries her best to be like, well, the name Daisy's pretty. You can use the name Daisy. I'm like, baby, like, it's okay, you know, don't worry. And I even told her, I was like, I'm very disappointed in you. I'm going to let you go. And then she just starts, like, trying to tell me off, and I just hang up the phone. That was 3 months ago. And she's still yet to call me or text me or anything,
Gosh,
apologize. Wow. And so I just want to get your opinion on if I'm the asshole for using the name. Mind you, and here's the kicker, okay?
There's a kicker.
She doesn't want any more kids.
Okay.
So,
Okay, she doesn't want any more kids and she's mad that you used the name Rose? Wait a damn minute.
nor is she pregnant. She's not pregnant, doesn't want any more kids, doesn't have anybody to be. She's separating from her husband. She doesn't want any more kids. And she had the nerve to tell me and disown her niece and to tell off my husband and to tell me off for using a name that she is not going to be using. So I want to get your opinion on that. Am I the asshole for using the name that she will not be using, that meant something to our family because it's my daughter picked her name, you know, and we've been calling her that since we found out I was pregnant at 3 weeks. That is her name. And it wasn't out of spite. It wasn't out of being malice and just being like rude towards my sister's opinions on that name, that is her name, whether she has kids or not, or whether she wants any more kids or not, that is her name. Or should she just be mature enough to like understand the circumstances, to see everything involved in the fact that my daughter picked that name and that it's just, she's not even going to use it, and it means more to us than it did to her, in my opinion. And maybe that's just me, but like, my daughter picked her name and she's not going to use it. So why is she going all out, being so disrespectful, avoiding seeing her niece, who is 3 months, mind you? It's just, I'm so disgusted and upset, but am I the asshole?
Oh my.
I don't understand this at all. That was so long and winded. Oh my gosh. Ugh, what?
God, absolutely brutal. That was like an absolute journey. That just took me on an absolute journey.
I don't think she needed to use that name, though, in my opinion. It just doesn't make any sense. You could have picked any other name, but no, you decided to... Where'd your 6-year-old daughter get that name from? To decide that... I don't know. That just all sounded weird.
And of course, you guys must comment down below your thoughts about everything when we go through these. This is a pretty solid first one of Am I the Asshole? Because I have thoughts. So I wanted to pause it a few times throughout, but I also wanted to keep waiting to see, and I'm glad I waited. So listen, I'm going to keep it so real with you. At first, and these are all just my opinions, everyone, my first thought was like, it sounds like your sister has... It's kind of like a girl code thing, in my humble opinion, that wanted to use the name Rose forever. And trust me, I wasn't expecting this, but family doesn't talk anymore.
And I have a solid form of income, which I'm so grateful for, and I've been able to live in my parents' house rent free. Been a long time viewer now. I need some advice. So a little background, I was laid off from my job about 2 years ago, and I moved back home to my parents' house. And
Oh, wait, I was going to put the boo sound when she said that. Guys, this is the first step. Give me grace here.
so a little background, I was laid off from my job about 2 years ago.
Boo!
I moved back home to my parents' house, and luckily recently, within the last couple of months, since May, I started working again. I have a solid form of income, which I'm so grateful for, and I've been able to live in my parents' house rent free, which I'm so blessed. But within that time, I met my boyfriend, and everything is going wonderful. We've been dating for a little over 6 months now. We've known each other for more than 10 years, and really once we started dating, we hit the ground running. Like, we've known each other for so long that we're already having conversations about moving in with each other, what our long-term future looks like. And I'm kind of coming to the predicament where I've always wanted to live on my own before I settle down and start a family and move in with a man. And everything in my area. The prices of stuff are going up so much these days, and what was once an affordable place to live has just becoming less and less like so not obtainable within my means of living. So I'm really weighing out the pros and cons of, do I continue to seek out moving into an apartment on my own, or do I move in with him and save money? And we've even talked about that, how he would cover a lot of the cost, and I would be able to save so much money. But also, like, I can't live with my parents anymore. Like, I'm losing my mind over here. Yeah, the rent is free, but like, I'm paying with my mental health. And so I'm just really weighing out the options and would love some advice, especially from someone who is married, who has done the dating game. Open to all forms of advice and encouragement. So thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you so much for sending that in. Congrats on finding love, especially with someone that you've known for so long. That is amazing. It's funny because I'm just going to talk to you like I'm talking to a friend. I don't think
I think you should just move out of your parents' house and just move in with the boyfriend. Whatever. Sometimes things don't work out the way you planned.
anything wrong with moving in with this person. Rent is insane. My first thought too, though, was like, yes, living by yourself is wonderful. And I get that you wanted to do that on your own before living with, a partner. But it sounds like your mental health is suffering being at your parents'. Shout out to them for the free rent.
Will you shut up and quit repeating everything, Alex, and get to the point?
Them for that. We appreciate them for that. But with rent being so rough, I don't think there's any harm in moving in with this guy because you've known him for so long. If he was a little bit more new, like granted you've only been friend.
Doritos Golden Sriracha. It's spicy.
Move out with a friend. So you can still have that separate experience from him, but still quote unquote living on your own. Or a roommate. Friend or roommate. And he moved in, gosh, when did he move in? We were together under a...
Why do you have to tell your life story? She just wanted your advice. She didn't want to hear about your experience. We're good on that, dear.
And it's just like when you know, as long as you're not getting love, I do think it's okay to move in with him. And I think you might want someone to feelings about Hedda and Jeremiah. Like there were some moments where I'm like, why is everyone shitting on them? Like just let them live. But then as it went on, I'm like, oh no, I do see toxic behavior here. But I think a lot of people are just putting the toxicity on Huda when there was some Jeremiah moments with some love bombing where he was like, you kissed your thoughts here. So when they sent Jeremiah home, I'm like, listen, he finally got out of this toxic relationship and give some good reason, even if good in their head, why did we send home Hannah? And I feel like there was never a...
Why is she talking about this damn show? Is that what the rest of this is about? I think we're finished here. I don't want to hear a recap of Love Island or whatever it is that she's recapping here. We're good on that, I think, guys. I think you heard me talk enough. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still here, you're a trooper. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. This is my happy place. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like button on your way out if you think about it. And leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of the video. I'm curious. Do you guys think Alex is going to come back? I don't know how she could, but I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Alrighty. I love you all so, so very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. I love you all. Y'all, I wouldn't have a channel without you, and thank you so, so very much for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you again. I hope I see you all in my next video, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And remember, everybody, to be keeping it cute.